because, look, Alex, you don't start killing generals in the National Security Agency, and for the people that are not aware, they have a military hierarchy in the NSA. You don't start killing them when some of them break ranks and say, look, we're not going to partake in the death of 25 to 50 million Americans. It's interesting, isn't it? Henry Kissinger's an old guy, but he said basically old people have got to go. In other words, they've got to be put away. Listen, these are Kissinger quotes. You could do a whole show on nothing but quotes of the elitists, and still people would say, well, gee, I don't know if they're really serious.
Yeah, Obama this morning got up with Sotomayor and lied and said, there's nothing in there to restrict your health care when it's in there.
Right. Well, forgive me, but I doubt he's read it. And then based on, some of the statements coming out of the senators and congressmen who have voted for it, they have passed it in whatever level of the House. The bottom line is it still behooves them to read it. And I think that Arlen Specter making the statement that people who are showing up at these meetings don't represent mainstream America, that's the biggest mistake they made. The military knows good and well they represent mainstream America, but it's the illusion of the politicians that have been bought and have been basically compromised.
Look, it's simple. A bunch of offshore banks came in, took over. Their philosophy is eugenics. That's their excuse to do what they do. The very banks funded Hitler, Stalin, Mao on record. I've had top historians on. It's a historical fact. Carol Quigley, Georgetown's political science head, Bill Clinton's mentor, wrote for the State Department and CIA a true history from the 1920s to 1968 called Tragedy and Hope. Rothkopf writes books. Rockefeller writes books. They all brag. And I want the military and police that aren't awake yet and the public to know you can differ about when they're going to launch it or what's going to happen or what's going to go on. The globalists have said they want a hot revolution. They want to kill people. They want to line people up and shoot them. They want to have all their stupid fluoride head guys in uniforms, their youth brigades running around. You cannot make the magnitude of this up. It's happened everywhere else. They want to do it here. And listen, this is real. They really want to do this. They really have passed a hate bill to restrict free speech. They really are trying to pass the Cyberbullying Act that says if you hurt their feelings, you're arrested. They really are building FEMA camps. And Steve Quayle, I want to shift gear to the flu because the only thing I think they can launch in October, November that will give them the cover they need, on top of blowing up federal buildings and blaming on us, the only thing they can do to be able to get this through is going to be the flu. And they're saying we're at level 6. They're saying forced inoculations. They're saying the Army is going to forcibly inject us. I then get emails saying I'm making it up saying this. I'm reporting CNN, Fox, ABC. We've played the clips. But because I don't say it's all wonderful, then I'm the one reporting all this. No,
well, right.
I don't know.
I want to share something, Alex. I spent pretty much the better part of the last decade, 10 years, basically cataloging, investigating, researching the death of the leading bioweaponers and molecular biologists, immunologists, and the virologists, and 100 reasons why you should believe that what we're saying is true. The dead who's who in the world of bioengineering. David Kelly's death in itself. Head of Port and Down, Ministry of Defense, British Ministry of Defense. And by the way, the thing is that this is a virus-shedding vaccine. How is it that it just seems to come along at the same time as an international financial disaster?
There's no doubt. We've been telling people that these cloned viruses are connected in with these companies that are killing people in secret trials. Then we put the London Telegraph up, how they're giving it to homeless people, and they'll give it to 100, and 23 will die. I mean, you can't make up a death toll like that. And then you read, in fact, let's get to this now when we come back. Well, we'll finish your point, and I'm going to get to this. The German press is reporting this. I mean, my God, they're going to inject us with weaponized cancer virus? Go ahead.
Yeah, the thing that people have got to understand is this, is that, look, everything I'm saying, I back it up. Everything you're saying, you back it up. But even when we use their sources, then they criticize the messenger. The ad hominem attack is absolute prima facie evidence they cannot attack the information. They have to attack the messenger.
Well, I just want everybody listening. I mean, do you have some golden ticket from the elite to get out of all this? I mean, we're all together. I mean, there's 6,000 elitists, according to the head of the Kissinger Group. That's all. If you're not part of that 6,000, folks, you should stand with humanity. This is Alex Jones. Have you heard of the Millionaire Patriot? Well, you should.
He has a free handgun and 5 days of firearms training waiting for you. That's right. You can attend 5 days of world-class gun training at Front Sight Firearms Training Institute and secure a 30-state concealed weapons permit, all for pennies on the dollar. Plus, if you act fast, the Millionaire Patriot will give you a free Springfield Armory XD pistol in the caliber of your choice. I believe now is the time that you and your family need to be armed and trained to levels that exceed law enforcement and military standards. Front Sight provides such training without any boot camp mentality or drill instructor attitudes. This is real. Don't miss out. Secure a Front Sight defensive handgun course, plus a 30-state concealed weapons permit for pennies on the dollar, and get your free handgun. Go to frontsight.com today. That's FRONTSIGHT.com. Go to frontsight.com for your training and free gun.
Infowars.com and prisonplanet.com with the artist who did the famous street art. Andre the Giant has a posse, and then everybody copied that around the country and the world tens of millions of times. Then he came out with Obey clothing line. People called him a sellout, but get your political message out. Unfortunately, it's like communist. You gotta love it. It's a communist that makes tens of millions of dollars and has clothing shops, but that's actually David Rockefeller. You know, his granddaddy said competition's a sin, but that's a side issue. We're happy he's making money. The issue is he just shouldn't then want to put us in FEMA camps. But the guy that made the Obey signs is the one that made the famous archetypal image of change. And then Barack Obama sent him a thank you letter. Dear Shepard, I would like to thank you for using your talent and support of my campaign. The political message involved in your work have encouraged Americans to believe they can help change the status quo. Your image has a profound effect on people, whether seen in a gallery or on a stop sign. Oh, Obama wants them to put his image on stop signs, which they were. In fact, that's what we do. We write articles showing Obama stuff and Obama stickers on stop signs, and I've even seen them on mailboxes, and we show that. So, these criminals are just incredible. See, they want their speech, but they don't want you having yours or on a stop sign. I am privileged to be part of your artwork and proud to have your support. I wish you continued success. Barack Obama. Signed by Barack Obama. They are just such hypocrites with all these newscasts. And Drudge post the posters we put out with Infowars.com, the Joker, our variant of it that's gone viral with our audience taking action. We commend you. And they put it next to a swastika that wasn't part of our image. They're trying to set us up, folks. The Southern Poverty Law Center hit us this morning and hit us hard. The AP hit us. They're coming after us. You know why? Mainly because we're talking about this. Now, this is on German TV, German radio. We have the reports up on Infowars.com. Does virus vaccine increase the risk of cancer? Then they go on to admit cancer viruses. We're going to talk to Steve Quayle right now about this. The swine flu vaccine has been hit by a new cancer fears after a German health expert gave a shock warning about the safety. Lung specialist Wolfgang Waderig, I want him on, has said that there are many risks associated with the vaccine for the H1N1 virus. See, these new advanced genetically engineered viruses are really nanotech, folks. They're very... The new generation's like the Gardasil. All those girls it's killing, just Google Gardasil deaths, and you'll watch them, blood pouring out, everything. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. He has grave reservations about the firm Novartis, who they're really scary folks, scarier than Baxter, who are developing the vaccine and testing it in Germany. The vaccination is injected with a very hot needle, Woodarg said. The nutrient solution for the vaccine consists of cancerous cells from animals, and we do not know if there could be an allergic reaction. Yeah, we know from the 1920s research the Rockefellers funded. We know what's in it. Just like Bayer knew that what that HIV and hepatitis would do in Factor 8. That came out in their own documents. They did it on purpose. Why would you do that? Because they're psychos, folks. But more importantly, some people fear that the risk of cancer could be increased by injecting the cells. The vaccine, as Johannes Lohr, president of the Paul Ehrlich Institute, has pointed out, can also cause worse side effects than the actual swine flu virus. That's the plan. We've got 1 minute before we go to break, but Steve Quayle, I mean, this is exactly what you and others have been saying.
Well, again, no one's been saying it longer than I have, and the Spanish flu being recultured and brought into the equation. It's not H1N1 that's the issue. It's not even swine flu. It's the biological cocktail that these guys have concocted to destroy 5.5 billion people. By the way, they had a
Stay there. Back in 1 minute.